Shalom, on itself, souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash, double honors to the apostle of great Milton, and honors you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's raw name of whom the world Israel calls God, Jehovah, or Yahweh. His raw name is Yahweh. The Son's true name is Yahweh Shai, and when we pray Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, but meaning in, Ha meaning Dan, Sham meaning name, so Yahweh and the name of Yahweh Shai. This is one on this Tory MP. Tory's been a nickname for the Conservative Party here in the UK. It says he said allegedly all white men should have a black slave. Right, Tory politician investigated over racist audio clip. We're just saying like, well, yeah, at least he's in his spirit, you know, because ultimately, if this guy is a Edomite, which he looks like one, if he if he is a Edomite, I'll just say Edomite in his right spirit, right? Because ultimately this is there's an enmity between the two of us, right? Now, where he goes off on is the fact that now you're the slave boy, right? You're the one that is going to go into captivity, right? But this is all that you've grown up having having this power over Jake, right? But that time is slowly but surely coming to an end. The Lord hasteneth our time under these heathens, right? Because that is an error in the earth. You read Ecclesiastes 10, right, 7, I believe it says, I'm just gonna have to get it one sec. It says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth, right? So the Lord has basically brought Israel down into a low estate, right? Such that all of these different heathen nations boast themselves on us. They don't like us. For us, we understand they don't like us. So we're like, meh, it is what it is, right? This is just, what looks like an Edomite. Just showing his true intention. Like I said, for us, like, man, he's he knows no different, right? And once again, this goes back right to the beginning. This is Genesis 3:15, right? It says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel," right? So the so-called serpent in the garden, right, which wasn't a serpent, it was representative of a man, right, who would come back as Cain, come back as Esau, the progenitor of the Edomites, right? That same spirit, okay. So it says, "And I'll put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed." Salakia shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So once again, that enmity has been there from the beginning. So, one may ask, but that was a long time ago, right? Has nothing changed? Well, the scripture says this, Jeremiah 13:23, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may you also do good that are accustomed to do evil." Right, so these Edomites, they can't do good, right? But more point I wanted to get is they can't change, right? Their hatred for Jake is programmed in their DNA, right? From and the next precept that we have, right, is here in Ezekiel 35:5, right? It says, "But because thou hast had a perpetual hatred," right? And that word goes back into the word perpetual, I will right, long duration, antiquity, right, futurity, forever, ever, everlasting, right? So from old time, right, and everlasting, this man will have hatred for the children of Israel, right? And as such, he will any opportunity that he can get to undermine Jake, he will take it, right? Can you blame him? Can you blame him, really? Right? Because this is it. This is Esau's last go around. In fact, this is the heathens' last go around. That's why they have, as the scripture says, that's why they did come together, right, with one consent to basically keep us down. Because once this time is done, right, Israel's never gonna get low again. This is Psalms 83:2, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lifted up their head." They have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. So they had one goal, they had one aim. These different heathen nations had one aim, and that was to keep us low, to keep us down, to keep us wicked, to keep us sinning, right? Just real quick, let me just get that real quick in Judith, right? Because these heathen nations know, right, that as soon as Israel is behaving, then there ain't nothing you can do, right? This is Judith 5, and I believe it's 17. It says, and while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them, right? But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now they return to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Right. So, right now, Israel's got enough. Right. So the Lord, ain't with the whole nation at the moment. Right. The Lord is setting up his elect. Right. And on the first go around, right, the elect is going to be saved. Right. In the kingdom, all Jake is going to be righteous, and there ain't going to be anything that these different heathens can do about it. Right. So they had one goal, right, and that was to keep Jake in this low level, right, that we're in, to make us forget who we really were, right, and who was the first name, right. So it says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, right, the first name mentioned, right, Counselor Andrew Edwards. So we continue on, right? The tabernacles of Eden. That's it, right? And once again, this is a fight, a struggle that has been between Jacob and Esau, right? Israel and the Edomites, right? Since once again, we read it in Genesis, right? We didn't catch it in reference to Cain and Abel, right? Cain, once again, is that spirit of Esau, right? So why you read in Genesis, in John 8:44, it says he was a murderer from the beginning, right? And abode not in truth. But this is Genesis 25 and 22 now, right? It says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. As Apostle Tahar brought it out, right? This was basically like a death match. The two children, they hated each other, right? And that's what you're seeing there in that clip, right? The fact that these Edomites, they still hate us. And once again, what Jake has this desire to be liked by this devil, and it's like, why? Right? It's the devil. Right? So then the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, right? And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right? So right now, the younger is serving the elder. Right? But that's one of the curses spoken of in Deuteronomy 28. Right? He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the foot. I think is that something I'm thinking of? But basically, he's the one in power over us at the moment, right? But why? Because the Lord set him so, right? But what does it say there, right? And the elder shall serve the younger, right? And ultimately, that's what's going to happen, right? Because the scripture says in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So this is the end of Esau's world, right? So in this world, once again, if that individual is an Edomite, right, he can say all of those things because, in the kingdom of Israel, everything is going to get turned the right way around. There's Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right, so we go and take these Edomites, man. Right? We're going to take these different heathens, and the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, sanctioned it, right? In fact, scriptures go as far as to say this is the hope of the saints. This is Revelation 13:9. It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints." Right. So that is righteous judgment. Right. That is righteous. That to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Right. That's what First Thessalonians 1:6, I believe. Right. Truly is a righteous thing, with the Most High, to recompense tribulations to them that trouble you. And that's what the Lord is getting ready to allow us. Right. As Yes, we read that, right? It says, "And they shall rule over their oppressors," right? So, and take them captives, you captives they want. We were captives to these devils, man, and they showed no mercy, right? They really showed no mercy, man. They just did whatever the hell they wanted to do. Young, old, right? Man, woman, they just did whatever they wanted, man. And the Lord requires that which is past. So Jeremiah 30:16, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they shall spoil thee, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." Right? So just like how Esau prayed, and all these heathen nations prayed upon us, right? We go and pray upon them, primarily the Edomites, right? Right, because they are our number one enemy. This is Psalms 137 from 7. It says, "Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof." Right, which that means to destroy it, right, even to the foundation thereof. "O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed? Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that dasheth thy little ones against the stones." Right? So all the different things that you did to the children of Israel, whipping them, right? All manner of wickedness, man, right? All manner of wickedness, ripping Jake up in two, right? Burning Jake, raping Jake, right? Separating families, right? Esau's got a hell of a lot to pay for, but he will have the nerve to make it seem like he's all good, right? But I'm just going to list out these precepts here. You can read it in your own leisure. Right? Genesis 9:6, Exodus 21:16, Numbers 35:33, Psalms 137, 8-9, Psalms 149:7, Isaiah 14:2, Isaiah 14:21, Isaiah 33:1, Jeremiah 49:12, Ezekiel 35:15, Joel 3:7, 2 Ezra 15:56-57, Colossians 3:25, 2 Thessalonians 1:6, Revelation 13:10, and Revelation 18:6. And there are plenty more, right, on the topic of revenge. All right, so yeah, man, hey, you enjoy having had us in captivity, because that time is never gonna happen ever again. Right? That just goes to show you the power of the Lord. Right? He set us up over the rulership of the earth, right? The basest of men. Right, so as those laws with us edifying. Till next time we say Shalom.